Whether you're looking to just relax by the pool or fill your vacation with tons of adventures, Aulani may just have everything you need. Aloha, I'm Christina, and welcome to part 3 of A Week in Hawaii at Home series, where we're talking about all things Aulani while celebrating the Hawaiian culture at home with a fun, family-friendly activity to do with your Ohana. Yesterday, we gave a general overview of Aulani, a Disney resort and spa in Hawaii. Today, we're going to be going in deeper into the family-friendly activities that there is to do at the resort. But first, today's Ohana activity is getting your family together to draw Stitch. Now, Stitch is actually the second most popular character to be sold in merchandise by Disney, second only to Mickey Mouse. And then the description below is a link of a video to teach you how to draw Stitch. My husband and I did this for a date night a few years back, and we loved it. And it's something you can do with most of your family if they are old enough. So this is what we did. Isn't cute? So yeah, you can do this with your family. And don't forget to maybe play some Hawaiian music in the background to really set the tone. Now let's dive into all there is to do at Aulani for kids and families. Disclaimer, this probably won't be the full exhaustive list because things keep changing, but let's dig into it anyways. And we're going to start with everything that is free or included with your stay. So is it really free? I don't know, but we're going to talk about it so you don't have to pay anything extra for these activities. So let's start with swimming and water play because you're in Hawaii and you got to do it, right? The weather is for it all year round. So there are 3 pools. There's one that is more family oriented, has 0 entry, and it's more shallow than the other pools. And that's actually where they're going to have the character pool party on select days. There's also the infinity style grotto pool that looks really cool, and the lights even in the evenings are really pretty as it lights up in the cavern there. And when they built it, I don't know if it's still true. If you know this, let me know in the comments. But I recall that when you dive under the water, you can hear sea animals like whales and dolphins and stuff like that. So let me know if that's the case from your experience. And you got a third pool that's deeper and quieter than the others, and it's tucked more past the quick service restaurant. This actually used to be the adult only pool, but now it's for anybody, just a little bit deeper than your other pools. They also have 3 family jacuzzis, and they have 2 adults only jacuzzis, which again is the infinity style that looks out over the ocean, and it is gorgeous, especially during sunset. Oh my gosh, highly recommend that view. And then there's also the lazy river, which so fun to do with your kids or just by yourself. You know, you do you. There's 2 volcano themed water slides, one with inner tubes and one is just a body slide. And then there's the Kiki Cove splash pad for your real littles. And then there's also the Menehune Bridge water playground, which my kids just love playing in. Water everywhere. It's super fun. So those are all the pools. They also have the Shaka Shaka pool party with characters, like I mentioned before, at that 0 entry pool. And then there's the Mo'olelo fire pit storytelling with Uncle and sometimes Moana. So that's really fun to hear a story based on Hawaiian culture. And like I said, Moana sometimes makes a surprise cameo. And my advice about that is to arrive early because spots around that fire pit fill up quick. There's also Movie Under the Stars, which is typical for any Disney resort. The nature, wildlife, or art and culture tours that you can do around the resort. Those are pretty fun to learn more about the nature and the culture of Aulani and the landscaping and all of that. You have access to that beach, which is public, but it's still really cool to just be able to go out there on the beach. The sand is not as soft as I would have hoped though. Oh, and the Menehune Search and Find. There's Menehunes, which are little mischievous guys all around the resort, so see if your kids can find them. And I will say that one of them is in an elevator. And now those are the most activities that are first come, first serve, or just that don't require reservation. You can just show up. And then here are the complimentary activities that do require a reservation. 45 days in advance is when you can start booking them, which I recommend booking them as early as you can. And you can do that on the website. Just find the activity and hit the reserve now button. Okay, and these include, well, Auntie's Beach House, which is a complimentary kids club for ages 4 to 12, and they do fun crafts and activities in there. You also need to fill out a registration form for your kids. But once you fill out the registration form and you make reservations, it's pretty easy at drop off and everything. It's also during select times. So it's not like an all day thing where you can just drop your kids off and they are fine. No, it's like for 1 or 2 hours probably. There's also ukulele lessons, which again, you have to make reservations for. And there's the Ohana hula lessons and Disney family fun animation. So you know how our family activity today is to draw Stitch? Well, you can actually do that at the resort and it's completely free, just like you do at the animation experiences both at Disney World and Disneyland. So same idea. There's also numerous other activities scheduled throughout the week. You'll just need to check your daily iwa, which is essentially the activity scheduled for that day on the app. And like I said, if reservations are required, I recommend booking as early as you possibly can because spots do fill up, especially at the kids club at Auntie's Beach House. Those spots fill out really quick. And there's also other family activities that you can do, like crafts and things like that in their community hall, which is Pauhana room. I think I said that right. And it actually has my favorite must-do adventure for your family to go on. It's called the Menehune Adventure Trail. And what you do, I recommend doing it at the beginning of your stay because you can do it all throughout your stay. But you go to the Pauhana room. I said that wrong. I know I did. But you go to that and you say you want to do the Menehune Adventure Trail and give you a tablet which they register to your room. You go out and do the activity, and then if you don't finish, which it does take a while, so you probably won't finish, you bring back the tablet and they'll save where you left off based on your room number. So it's really cool to do throughout your vacation. It is a scavenger hunt essentially, where they'll give you clues, tell you where to go at the resort, and if you push a button on the tablet in that location, something magical happens. And it's throughout the whole resort and it's so cool and it uncovers other details that you would totally miss if you didn't do this. So I highly recommend it. Experience some Hawaiian magic with a touch of Disney pixie dust and it's so fun. So it's completely free. Highly recommend it. Okay, now that we've covered everything that's included with your stay, let's talk about things that cost a little bit extra, which prices vary depending on the activity. And so you'll just have to check the website to see how much it is. And these are called premium activities, which you can also book 45 days in advance, which I do recommend because they can fill up, especially the popular ones. So there are activities in that community hall, like I said, Pauhana room, and that actually cost money. Like there's specific crafts that you can do, like creating your own Mickey ears. Not these, they're other kinds. You can also stamp your own t-shirt with Hawaiian stamps. And another one that I've done is a painting class where the instructor gave us directions and I got to paint a beautiful Hawaiian sunset. It was super fun. I did it by myself with other guests, so it was great. But that is actually for ages 13 and up. But the instructor was also asking different Disney trivia questions, which, you know, I had to answer because I love Disney. So yeah, that was really fun. You can also go snorkeling in the Rainbow Reef in the center of the resort. It's pretty cold water, so just prepare yourself. And you can actually rent snorkel gear for a day or for your whole stay. And there's also a premium experience where you actually get to feed the fish. Now that is only available first come, first served day of, and there's usually a line that starts forming at 8 o'clock in the morning. So get there around 7:30 maybe, and get in line if you want to feed the tropical fish that are located in the reef. It's a beautiful reef too. There's windows that you can actually see the inside the reef from the outside without getting wet. So it's really pretty. You might even see some hidden Mickeys in there. There are also premium activities at Auntie's Beach House, and there's a variety of theming with them. One time my girls did the Kakamora Chaos game, and it was taught by Moana, which is really cool. And they got to stamp their own canoe oar, which is a small version of it, but it was still pretty cool. They had a lot of fun, and they got to take home the oar, but we couldn't carry it on because it would have been a weapon, so we had to put it in our check-in bags, but it was a good activity. They also have what's called Painted Sky, And it's really fun because it's like Bibbidi Boppity Boutique, but Hawaiian style. My girls did this last time we were there, and it was great because they got to pick out their own swimsuit. It's for ages 3 to 12, by the way. But yeah, they got to pick out their own swimsuit, and then they got their hair and makeup done. And so yeah, they just pretty much got a Hawaiian princess makeover. Now this is a great thing that you can do before, like if you're going to the luau, so you can book this so your kids are all dressed up for it. Just remember that if they go swimming afterwards in their brand new swimsuit, that their hair and makeup will, you know, get messed up. So I think it's a great idea to do the swimsuit, but with the hair and makeup, it just makes it kind of, it's just not always the most practical when the kids want to go swimming and they've got hair, makeup, and pixie dust in their hair. Now there are also other premium experiences like stargazing, and other family activities. Just check the daily iwa, and the activities repeat every week. Not always on the same day, but look through all the days and see which activities are you guys most excited about. Now another thing that's included with your stay is of course the characters, because it wouldn't be a Disney resort without characters, right? So as I said in the last video, there's Mickey and Friends, there's Stitch, there's Angel, which you don't see very often. There's also Moana, and I don't think there's Lilo. I think there should be Lilo, but I don't think I've ever seen her there. But there's the traditional character meet and greets, which you don't know until day of. In that morning, you check the app and it'll show which characters are going to be out and about and where they're going to be. No reservations are required for those. You just show up, the line goes pretty quickly. And I'll be sharing with you a tip of how to get signatures in the last video of this series. And if you want photos of all these experiences, you can actually get a PhotoPass card from a PhotoPass cast member, and you can get the digital copies of all of the photos that you take using that PhotoPass card for just $99. So it's cheaper than the PhotoPass package at Walt Disney World, but it doesn't include nearly as much as a Walt Disney World vacation would. But it's great to know that that is an option while you're staying at Aulani. Now there are also other character experiences, like a character dining breakfast at Makahiki, and at the luau, they might show up in the beginning. So let's talk about all the dining options, including the character dining options, in the next video. I'll see you there. Aloha!